auditions. You're not proving you can code, you're proving you can survive psychological warfare while 3 engineers stare at you like you're about to defuse a bomb. You walk in thinking you'll talk about your projects, your experience.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, this topic that we're getting into right here, this is about like I've never done a tech interview before, so I don't know exactly what it's about. If you all have done a tech interview, please let me know. But yes, it seems basically talking about like why tech interviews are a joke. So let's get
Maybe the
into it.
fact that you shipped something real once. Nope. Instead, you're handed a marker and told, reverse this binary tree. And if you hesitate, if you so much as blink wrong, congratulations, you just failed the test. And let's be real, nobody's reversing binary trees at work. When's the last time a product manager came to you like, hey, can you just implement Dijkstra's algorithm before lunch? Never. What you're doing is debugging some random CSS issue in staging while Jira tickets multiply like rabbits. Fixing a single typo in JSON for 3 hours because some third-party API throws a tantrum over one missing comma. Half the job is arguing in Slack threads that go on longer than the actual code review. And the other half? Googling the exact same error message that's been haunting you since college. That's the real coding test. Not some leet code nightmare designed by a sadist with too much free time. But sure, let's pretend my ability to invert a graph proves I can collaborate with it.
But to be honest, to me, I believe that companies now would be more flexible, especially with AI and like ChatGPT and stuff like that. So to me, I think that like if a company isn't using, especially like a web development or a programming company, like if they are not implementing AI into what they're doing, is like, what I mean, like what is the point basically? Even though some may argue it's like you still have to like know the basics, but it's like AI can obviously still help you but do what you're doing quicker, but you still have to, and hence this is why I say that you have to be good at prompting. But even though you're good at prompting, it's like it's still about the data that the AI would have been fed, right? It's like you trying to dig it out basically, and hence this is what like oh I just went into so many different point of views. Is like you can see how difficult it can get, right? So that's my point where I say it's like it would never be perfect, man. Like it is what it is, bro.
Team. The prep grind is even worse. Leet code, hacker rank, daily algorithm puzzles. It's not a job search, it's a second degree. That's where the sponsor of this video, Algo Monster, comes.
Oh no, we skip this.
And right now, you can get 50% off.
Wait.
Conflict right now, it's this entire process. And don't even get me started on take-home projects. They say it's just a small task to test your skills. Next thing you know, you've built a whole app with a backend, CI/CD, Docker tests and documentation. That's not an interview, that's unpaid freelance work. The biggest joke of all, half the engineers running these interviews couldn't pass them themselves. I promise you, the guy judging your recursion skills has Stack Overflow in his search bar history every day. The difference is, he's been around long enough to hide his Googling better. Here's the truth. Tech interviews don't measure if you can do the job. They measure how well you can cram trivia into short-term memory and regurgitate it under pressure. They reward performance, not ability. It's like picking a chef based on how fast they can peel a potato blindfolded. Sure, it's impressive, but can they cook a decent meal? But we keep playing the game. Because we must. Behind all the whiteboards, coding challenges, and HR nonsense is a paycheck, health insurance, and maybe free pizza on Fridays. So, we grind leet code. We smile through panel interviews, we pretend the system makes sense, and hey, if you enjoyed this content, make sure.
So yeah, basically what he's trying to say that tech interviews are not really what it's supposed to be. And basically like a lot of people it's like basically what he's saying is that they are not testing your abilities, they're only testing like your competence, I guess your competence level when it comes to learning to the information. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much of a shame because to me like what I'm doing with my YouTube channel is I show the projects that I have done, and like I'm just I'm basically showing to like others that this is what I built, whatever. Like if you want to collab and stuff like that, like hit me up, right? So for like companies like interview and like they're not really Yeah, to me, interviews should be like, well, I have, or we are having this problem. Can you help us fix it? And it's like, they would tell you the problem that they are having, and you could respond with however you would like to. So like to me, I that's how it should be to me. But hey, who am I, right? But yeah, man. Those are the like five topics that I really wanted to touch on, and just to like kind of go over them real quick is that should you become an AI engineer, the difference between C languages, the iPhone 17 new release, what is N8N, ChatGPT new updates, and why taking interviews are a joke. So those are the six topics that I would have touched on. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video. Make sure you like the video, share, subscribe, and yeah, I'll catch you back in another video, man. Peace.